Welcome to Hot Takes, the series where I spitball a bunch of my current thoughts and feelings on popular movies, TV shows and video games, no matter how controversial those opinions may be. Today I'll be covering the Super Mario franchise, so if you're a fan, let me know in the comments your stance on some of the topics I discussed today. And without further ado, let's get started. I actually prefer Super Mario Bros. 3 over Super Mario World, especially the SNES version of Super Mario Bros. 3. It's just so colourful and pleasing to look at. And just, how can you argue with Frog Mario? Frog Mario is best Mario, and that's a fact. I didn't mind the car gameplay from Mario Party 9 and 10, and I felt like it kept the game fast-paced, and there was always something happening. And although I obviously prefer the traditional Mario Party gameplay, I wouldn't mind the car returning as like a secondary side game mode at some point in the future. I feel like over the years, Yoshi is starting to look less and less like a dinosaur and more like some sort of frog monster. Just look at Mario World Yoshi. This is clearly a very loyal dinosaur companion. He's adorable. This new Yoshi looks like he has nightmares about becoming French cuisine. Nintendo needs to add EGAD to Mario Kart. Considering just how many spin-offs he's featured in, he's even mentioned in a main series Mario game, which is more than what I can say for characters like Waluigi and my personal favourite, Pink Gold Peach. But yeah, if Wiggler can be in Mario Kart, surely EGAD can as well. Come on, Nintendo. Show some love to our boy EGAD. Also, speaking of Mario Kart, my favourite in the series is Mario Kart Wii, and one of the reasons for this is the automatic drifting mode that they had in that game, and I would really appreciate it if that would return, because I suck at Mario Kart. I love Super Mario Sunshine. The tropical setting, the graphics, the art style, even the corny voice acting. It was the first Mario game I ever played, so that might have something to do with those feelings. Maybe it's just nostalgia. But I basically just hope that this rumoured HD remaster does it justice and reminds everyone just how great this game is. Because God, does it seem like everyone hates it nowadays. Just show Super Mario Sunshine some love, please, guys. I'm gonna be the Leave Britney Alone of Super Mario Sunshine, and I'm gonna have a 10-minute mental breakdown on my bed and post it on YouTube. That's a really old reference, Jesus Christ. I am old. Mario Land 2 goes very underappreciated, and I hate that because it has so many interesting elements to it. The game lets you complete the worlds in any order you want. It has Bunny Mario, which, thinking about it, it is just a nerfed version of Raccoon Mario, but it works in this game, okay? And how can I forget? This game introduced Wario, subjectively the best Mario character. You know, science has actually proven it, you know. Just ask Bill Nye the Science Guy. He loves Wario. Paper Mario Color Splash's art style is amazing, and I pray that Nintendo doesn't think that they have to change it for the next Paper Mario game because of Color Splash doing so poorly. I am very concerned about this animated Mario movie that is supposed to be coming out, because the studio working on it is Illumination. And being someone who knows a thing or two about animation, I can tell you that they're not the best animation studio, to say the least, and have made many a bad movie. Let's just hope Miyamoto has enough creative control over the project to save it, because I do not trust the creators of Minions to make a good Super Mario movie, and I don't think you guys should trust them either. But all we can do for now is pray that we don't get a second terrible Mario movie, and this one is saved by Nintendo. Heck, if there's no 6-foot Goombas in this new Mario movie, then it'll be better than the last one at the very least. I think Mario Galaxy 2 is a better game than the first Mario Galaxy, as I feel like it improves on a lot of things from the first game. And I guess I just enjoy the more colourful levels of Galaxy 2 a bit more. Galaxy 1 did a better job of making you feel like you were in actual space most of the time, whereas Galaxy 2 has a little bit more fun with it, and I just enjoy that a whole lot more. And the inclusion of Yoshi was just the biggest brain move ever made, because Yoshi's just amazing in this game, and he's not allergic to water like he was in Sunshine, which made absolutely no sense, by the way. To summarize, although Galaxy 1 and 2 are very similar, I think I prefer the level designs and gimmicks represented in Galaxy 2 just a little bit more. I am okay with Nintendo making more 2D Mario games on one condition. They mix things up a little bit and introduce new art styles for each of the games, similar to how each of the original Mario Bros games looked a little bit different to one another. For example, Mario Bros 3 was made to look more like a stage play, things like that. Just something to make each one really stand out, so that we don't get something like the new Super Mario Bros series where we basically got the same game 4 times. This is something Yoshi's 2D platformers have been doing really well over the years. Like, for example, Yoshi's Story looks different to Yoshi's Island, which looks different to Yoshi's Crafted World, and so on. They all have their own identities, which the 2D Mario games have been lacking. What I'm saying here is, I don't mind the new Super Mario Bros. Series continuing. It just needs reinventing and maybe a new name, because these things only stay new for so long, so putting new in the title is just silly. I don't know, I think I'm going to make an extra video going more in depth on this topic, as this is something I could talk about for a very long time. So if that's something you'd like to see, just let me know in the comments and I'll be sure to do that. Out of all the 3D Mario games, Mario 64 has by far aged the worst and is in desperate need of a remake for home consoles, which is what we might be getting later this year. We don't know if it's a remake or a remaster just yet. However, I hope that instead of just remaking the N64 version of Mario 64, they include most of the features that were added to the DS version of the game too, such as the multiple playable characters and the extra worlds. There has been a lot of distaste for the Mario 64 DS version in the fandom for quite a few years now, but honestly, the only downside to that version, in my opinion, is the controls. And the controls are only bad because it's on the DS. A console remake with features from both the N64 and DS versions of Mario 64 would have no such issues. It would be perfect. So that's what I want to see. I don't just want to remake a Mario 64, I want it to include everything from DS as well. I find Yoshi's Story to be incredibly underwhelming compared to almost any of the other Yoshi games, such as Yoshi's Woolly World, and especially the first Yoshi's Island game, which came out a few years prior to Yoshi's Story actually. I don't know, the art style's nice I guess, but this would probably go towards the bottom of my completely theoretical Yoshi game tier list. I would love to see more of the bosses and enemies from Mario Bros 2 return in future Mario games, since there's so many unique looking characters such as Mauser, Hoopster, Pidgeot, Tweeter, Ostro, Fry Guy, Claw Grip, and even Triclyde? Why is he called that? Because are all 3 of these lads called Clyde? Is that why he's called Triclyde? What the hell, Nintendo? Why Clyde? What kind of name for a snake is Clyde? Weird naming conventions aside, I would love to see all of these guys reappear in Mario games soon, as they've been pretty much completely absent for like decades now. On a similar point to my last, I think like characters from Mario Sunshine, such as the Nokis and the Raccoons and the Sunflower Kids, things like that, should be represented more in Mario games, as the Piantas are seemingly everywhere nowadays, with them appearing in Paper Mario, all over Mario Kart, and even in Galaxy 2. Like, Piantas in space, like, how did they even get there? Like, who knows, but like, it's cool. So I just want to see all the other guys from Mario Sunshine, all the citizens of Aldalfino, also appear in newer Mario games, especially the Nokis. They're pretty cool. So, what did you guys think? Did you agree with most of my hot takes? Leave your thoughts in the comments below and let me know some of your hot takes on the Mario franchise. In this episode of Hot Takes, I tried to make less points but tried to go a little bit more in depth as to why I felt the way I did, unlike the Sonic video where I made lots of points but didn't explain myself too much. So just be sure to let me know which of the 2 styles you prefer more, so that I know what to go with in future episodes. If you haven't already seen my Hot Takes episode on the Sonic franchise, be sure to check it out if you enjoyed this video, And as always, be sure to like and subscribe for more videos just like this one. Thanks guys, see ya.